Hello, let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be a group energy healing where I am healing 137 people in 15 different countries. And it's the second in the set of 3 healings. The theme for this set, as well as the other set of 2 healings later this month, is simple pleasures. Experience simple pleasures, enjoy simple pleasures, including, but not limited to, sexuality and sensuality and love life, but also just a deeper level of, experiencing things. Experience your life. Not, yeah. Like, there's a way in which you can be kind of isolated, like, kind of mummified, wrapped up, and you don't experience much. I mean, you maybe have your stressful experiences, but the good ones, you're kind of like bubble wrapped away from the good ones, being able to enjoy each moment more deeply. So that is what we are going to work today, especially, is experiencing your life, experiencing simple pleasures. So there's that. Thank you for my confirmation. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Hello, hello. Alrighty. So continuing to talk about what we're doing today. Well, okay, just one moment about what we did 2 days ago. We adjusted to the present. Adjusted to the present as in now versus 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago in your life, but also adjusting to this lifetime. And there could be, for that, there could be, could have been, and could still be parts of you as a spirit that can come into this lifetime but had not yet, because you're like out there protesting. Maybe you didn't like the decision about your parents, which parents you should have in this life, or you didn't like some major life event that was planned for you, or yeah. So part of you can just not come in to this life. That is potentially gonna really help if it does come in. And so we healed those protesting parts of you, so they could start to come in. And then that all was a big deal in a good way, but I think I'm probably not gonna do that again today, in this healing. I'm gonna watch people and see if I need to do it again in the 3rd healing. But from what I see so far, the adjustments that people made, adjusting to the present, say versus 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 20 years ago, and adjusting, coming into this lifetime, that stuff is still like in progress from what we did 2 days ago. So I don't need to do it again right now. So that's why today, this whole experiencing simple pleasures is what I want to work more with. And how we're going to do it is essentially 2 major ways. One of them is we're going to remove pieces of energy from people, other people, in your major chakras, mostly in 7th and 1st chakras. 7th, 1st, but it could also be in 4th chakra or any chakra, depending on the client I was looking at. Some people have more of this than others. So this energy from others blocking you from experiencing your life more fully, and experiencing simple pleasures as well, and your love life and all that. I'm going to call it isolating or experience blocking energy. And an example is I was looking at a client, and she had energy from both sides of her family that she got at the start of the lifetime, because her mom's mom was like that, like had all this experience blocking energy. And so her mom's mom gave it to her mom, and her mom gave it to her when, at the conception and at her life. And then her dad's mom was that way too. And her dad's mom gave it to her dad, and then her dad gave it to her at the start of conception of this life. So these experience blocking pieces of energy in her major chakras. So it was like she was in this tower, up in this big stone tower, that was kind of dark and heavy, but it was safe, it's not really safe, but that's why people would do this, that's the biggest, most common reason why people would give experience blocking or isolating energy to someone that they care about. Is they're like, well, the world is too dangerous for you. Let's keep you away from the world. So it's a fear. It's sort of like love plus fear. It all mixes up into a yucky little control thing. So she was like up in this dark, safe tower, prevented from fully experiencing her life and the moment and being in the moment and enjoying little things more fully. So we're going to remove, to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do at one time, we'll remove those types of pieces of energy from other people in your major chakras, which are, along your spine, 7 major astral, 7 major physical, that are blocking you from experiencing your own life and enjoying your simple pleasures. Some parents do this to all their kids, and some parents do it to just their girl children or just their boy children, when they're at the conception. And it doesn't have to do with what they think generally it doesn't have to do with what they think their kid is, has planned for the lifetime. It's sort of a blanket projection based on what they fear about the world. So if they think the world is a scary place for girls and women, then they'll do it to their girls and female children. But if they think the world is a scary place, period, then they'll do it to all their kids. So it's not like helpful at all, because everyone has their own angels. You have your own angels, and so you can, it doesn't make the world more safe. It just blocks you from enjoying your life, which sucks. And having this external, foreign energy in your chakras, it makes you less present. So then it makes you less able to be safe, technically, and create the positive experiences that you want. So, kind of a backwards thing. Some parents are just malevolent and abusive, and so they might be doing the same thing, but for different reasons. They just kind of have this destructive impulse, like a malevolent, dominating impulse. And so that is another reason why a parent might do this to a child, put isolating or experience blocking energy in their major chakras at the start of, conception. But anyway, it is easy to clear. It's complex to explain all the things and help you to understand it, but it's easy to clear. So it's not a big deal, and we will do it today, and it'll be cool. And then another thing that we're going to do today, which I think will be quite pleasant and helpful. Probably most people will think it's pleasant. Is we're going to work 3 different gardens So we're gonna, help you to heal and clear and whatever, and nourish by looking at, 3 different gardens that represent 3 different things. And they'll be like progressively, perhaps progressively challenging, so that doing the first before the second and the third will help, doing the first and second before the third will help, So, you could certainly just do one, later when you're looking at the chapters. I'll definitely have each garden as a different chapter. But we'll probably do them back to back to back. So it's easy to do all 3 if you want. So what are the 3 gardens, Janet? Okay, I'll tell you. So the first is Mind Garden. I've missed that. I like that. We did it a couple times in the last 2 months or so, 2-3 months. So it's 2 gardens, one for your subconscious mind, one for your conscious mind, and they're connected. And so you also heal that area that connects the 2 gardens, because you want a healthy flow between your subconscious and your conscious, so that what you need to be aware of in your subconscious mind, you will become aware of, and vice versa. That's nice. So that's the first one, Mind Garden. The second one is one that I don't think we've done quite this way before, Healthy and Gentle Positive Change Garden. And that actually, it seems so like froofy, like, oh, a healthy and gentle positive change garden. But there's actually some real power behind that one, because I was looking at it and it's easy to get people in your space about the change that you're trying to create in your life. Like, for example, this one person filled out their survey and they were like, well, I lost my job, in the last few weeks, and sometimes I feel fine about it, and sometimes I feel, really, really not fine about it. And I looked at it, and that person is trying to create change, bigger change. And so that's, job loss, stuff like that tends to not be, it's not just an accident. It's not just, oh, you're unlucky or something, like usually there are bigger spiritual things at play, and there's like purpose and meaning and, angel cooperation and coolness behind it, and so that person's trying to create a larger level of change for themselves. And that's part of why they lost their job. Because the job change allows them to create that change and transform. But their mother and their father, to a certain extent, is like in their space about that, subconsciously, blah, blah, blah. But, and so that is what's making it feel so like upside down and horrible sometimes, is when their parents are in their space about it. Because, parents that have benevolent intentions, they can still be invasive accidentally, and they can still, like, oh no, you lost your job. Oh no, and so they may not see the big picture about how, you're trying to transform the rest of your life and make it like so much more positive and bright and sparkly and fun and, and abundant and validating. And, so people around you might not kind of get it, So it's okay. It's not like you have to not have them in your life necessarily, but if you clear them out of your positive change garden, so then you can, keep with what you're trying to work on with your angels and your higher self, and feel more of the positive validating power of it versus the like, oh no, of like, loved ones kind of flipping out a little bit. And so that's the second garden, Healthy and Gentle Positive Change Garden. And then the third garden is Experience Life Garden. Experience your life garden. Experience your life. So that experience, that speaks to that, what I already talked about with removing, isolating, experience blocking energy. So this Experience Your Life Garden, you can look for like, can you even get in the garden? You know, like, are there so many gates from other people that you can't even get into your own experience, your life garden, you know? So you melt away the gates blocking you from your own experience life garden, and then at least you can get in the damn thing. And then, you know, is it at all pleasant in there, you know, and just clear out everybody's energy so that you can create, you know, a pleasant, validating experience your life space for yourself. So that's that. And then there's some things that I want to repeat from 2 healings from 2 days ago, the first healing in the set. Sort of the supportive, protective things that we did, which was like the gold force fields. We strengthened the gold force fields around your good karma windows in the back here, in your astral body, around your major chakras along your spine, 7 astral and 7 physical, and around GV and CV meridians, GV and CV meridians, which are major traditional Chinese medicine meridians. We strengthened the gold force field around all those areas. And that actually made a significant difference for some people. This one guy in his survey, he was like, well, I felt especially relaxed after that healing. And I could tell it was the gold force fields. So that's why you don't have to know why you feel better or why you feel the same or why you feel this or that. Just put on the survey how you feel. How are you doing? You know, and if that's unusual for you, you know, put context. And then I can read, you know, useful information from that potentially. Okay. And then the other thing I want to repeat, another sort of supportive, change supporting thing is empty unprocessed stress pots and processing flowers for you and for your backlash people, which is easy and cool. And it's just like nourishing to help you process and adjust to your own change and help other people adjust to your change. So that's cool. Oh, yeah. And I did also want to go into an aside about boundaries. Okay. So that was a lot about overview, technique and theme overview stuff. Okay. So 2 different things about this is sort of like a teaching aside about having strong boundaries, energy safety, that kind of thing. So 2 different things, but they're towards that same goal. So one thing is food. I did want to just have a reminder for people, in case you're, you know, it's one of the, like it's a helpful realization type concept for you. So strong boundaries are really, really helpful, right? And so a lot of the techniques that we do, strengthen boundaries, repair things, that helps you have stronger boundaries. But your physical body, the state of your physical body, and specifically your immune system, is important for strong boundaries as well. So you can feel like, oh my God, I'm like super under extra energy attack right now. But no, it's just normal energy attack that you always experience, but your immune system is lower. And so it all comes in way more than it would otherwise. It meaning thrown energy from other people and hard objects, etc., and invasive beings. So the idea is, you know, you could use your intuition as much as you feel like and think about your food choices. And think about, okay, well, what can my body handle? What can my body not handle? And it could be that your body is a little quirky and your body maybe can't handle so well foods that other people can handle. Um, we could call that a sensitive body. So, like for example, my physical body is pretty sensitive. Cannot handle well wheat or corn, for example. It's just one of the things two of the things I can't handle well. So if I were to have wheat or corn, it would tax my immune system. And therefore, it would make my spiritual boundaries weaker. Because your body and your spirit, they're always working together. And so your body's boundaries are a big part of the equation, right? And so my body would be busy freaking out about the wheat and the corn and being like, wow. Yeah. And so my force fields would be weaker because of that. So, rice doesn't do that to me. So I have we have this black and brown blend of rice that I make that I adore. And, and my body is totally fine with that. My body's like, yeah, good job. Great. No problem. So you can intuitively tune into what your body is compromised by and what your body is assisted by as far as food choices and decisions. And that can have a very noticeable impact on your spiritual boundaries and how strong you are with boundaries. So just a heads up on that. And it can be weird stuff you wouldn't expect, but if you learn to like tune into little signs, then, like for example, chocolate, even if I have the smallest bit of chocolate, like one little square of chocolate, it starts to inflame like my gums. And over time, I've realized, for a while I didn't want to know, but over time I've realized that inflammation in my gums also correlates to inflammation in my intestines, which also correlates to my immune system. And so it's like a little warning sign, like, oops, my gums are inflamed. What did I eat? And so even nuts are like that for me, like cooked, even though they're baked. So it's not raw, because raw food is a whole nother thing for me. so just try to be aware of your quirks that your physical body has, because if your physical body isn't kind of taxed by you eating stuff that bothers it, then it frees up strength, for your body's immune system, which then makes your job as a spirit a lot easier. So that's number one. That's the food one. Okay, so that was really just food. And then this one, how do I separate this? All right, so now we're talking about the astral-astral one. Let me take the... Okay. So now we're talking about the other boundaries teaching moment thing, which is your astral-astral body. So your astral-astral body, it's a stupid name, but I don't know. At the time, I really like stupid, silly names. Now, maybe I'm less fond of it, but anyway, for now, that's what I call it. So your astral-astral body, it looks like your astral body, but it's, your astral body is the part of you as a spirit that comes in and near your body, hopefully all the way in when you're present and awake and all that. But your astral-astral body is like a version of that, but that always stays on the astral and should stay on the astral. So that's why I call it your astral-astral body. And your astral-astral body, I've talked about it, and I haven't talked about it a lot, but I do talk about it occasionally. Location is really important, where your astral-astral body is. Your astral-astral body could be on this astral level location, which is like a room with your parents in it, and they're yelling and screaming at you. And so that your astral-astral body is getting a lot of punishment right then and feeling very overwhelmed, right? But you don't have to stay there. Your astral-astral body can travel because it's just energy, right? So I don't know if you ever watched Star Trek, that they have this transporter thing where they call and then they get transported, and they teleport. And but they make it all seem very mechanical because they talk on a phone to say, okay, we're ready, transport us, you know, or whatever, and then they dematerialize there and materialize somewhere else. But on a spirit level, you can do that. You can do that even without your angel assistance. But if you do it with your angel's help, they pick like the coolest possible place for you to rematerialize, you know, your astral body. So part of, you know, my clients that have serious backlash issues, right, with people that they know, you know, serious backlash issues, meaning it really impacts their quality of life. Like, you know, they could be just flat out screwed for a day, you know, because they're just feeling so off because of it. What is happening, I think a big part of what is happening is they're not getting out of that location. Their astral body, you know, yeah, maybe your mom followed you to wherever your astral body was, and started screaming at you. But then you just sort of like deer in the headlights, stay there, you know, or you try to explain something to them as they're like clobbering you, rather than dematerializing and just going to some total other astral level that's super angel approved and safe so that they can't even follow you there. Because then if that backlash person still wants to throw energy at you, then they can't find where you went, astral level went. They can only find the rest of you in, you know, your astral body and your physical body, but you're stronger there because you're united with your body. So it's a lot harder for them to make an impact, which is why they tried to ambush your astral body. So I know for some people that's TMI, and that's fine. You know, you can just blow this off if this is too much information for you. But I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to stick around for abuse. So an example, a more maybe lighthearted example, as lighthearted as these energy attacks can be. Okay, so there's this neighborhood Facebook page where I live, and because there's an HOA and blah blah blah, and it's this community, and but it's a much weaker HOA than usual, so they can't stop me from, you know, filling my front yard with wood chips and having a giant garden, which is awesome. Anyway, so there's this Facebook page, and I was saying something, and this person, you know, really took issue with what I was saying, and, you know, put like a little snippy comment, and so you could tell like, oh wow, A, she's not pleased with me, and B, not too nice a person. You know? But so that person also got pissed at somebody else on that same post and was being snippy with them too. And astrally, like her astral body was like going off on me and the other person on the astral. So I just got out of Dodge, you know, I just left, right? So then she was mainly focused on giving crap to the other one that hadn't left, right? But then eventually the other woman figured it out and left too on a subconscious spirit level. And so then she just focused on throwing energy at me in the body and throwing energy at that woman in the body. And so for me, that's not that big a problem. I mean, a little bit here and there, but not so much. You know, it's not like when I was there on the astral, you know, the astral body, and she's like, rah, you know, then I did get some aura damage. So that's the point, is just, you know, think of where your astral body is. And it could be, especially when you feel like you're taking heat from somebody, just make sure you're nowhere near them on the astral. Just go with your angels. Let your angels, you can say like an intention, like, I'm going to let my angels take me to a safe astral location. Fun and safe. Why not? And that does help with boundaries. So, okay, so that's my 2-part on boundaries. First, I talked about the food choices and how that impacts your body's immune system, which therefore impacts your spirit and overall boundaries. And then the second one was about your astral body and not sticking around if somebody ambushed you on the astral. Just let your angels transport you away to a nice, much better astral location. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so I'm going to look at a few chat comments, but not too many right now. And then I will get going with the 3 minutes of quiet and the healing. We can see and hear you. Thank you so much. Hi, Janet from Muckamore, Northern Ireland. Hello to you. Lovely pink top. Thank you. Someone says hi. Hello to you. Hey, Janet. 85 Fahrenheit and sunny in Chicago. Yeah. That we're supposed to get a high of maybe like 84 today, which is a heat wave for us. I know for other parts of the country that's not at all a heat wave. But for here that qualifies as a heat wave. Wait, no, we're supposed to get 94, I think. Yeah, we're supposed to get low to mid 90s for like the next 3 days. Which is kind of nuts. That's a heat wave. But in some parts of the country, that would not be a heat wave. Yeah, supposedly high of 96 today, high of 98, and then 98, and then down to 85 on Wednesday. So we'll see. But usually it's like a few degrees cooler than that where we are. So we'll see. Someone says, was going to say, I definitely have experience blocks from both sides of the family. I don't think I know how to enjoy simple things regularly and would like to know how to do that better. Yeah. I realized too how I feel like I have little agency in my own life and would love to be more checked in that way. Yeah. So hopefully the gardens thing will help. Thank you for speaking about how loved ones get in the way of our positive change. Yes. Hello from Evergreen, Colorado. 71 and sunny. That's very mild. Sounds nice. I could garden in 71. Hello, Janet from Kansas City. 79 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy here today. Can see and hear you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tuning in from Chicago. Hello. Interesting that some foods weaken boundaries. Yeah, but it would be specific to your body. So some people can have nuts and it's just a great source of protein. It's not a big deal. But for me, my intestines just completely protest. It's usually there's a day lag. But my intestines are like, what the hell did you eat yesterday? They kind of smack me back. So for me, nuts would be not good for my immune system. But for other people with different intestines than I have, nuts could be great for your immune system. So it's individual to your body. And so, you can watch, just use your intuition, watch, and also realize that sometimes the effects that you're feeling, they're not from food you ate 5 minutes ago. Typically, they're more likely to be food you ate the day before. It depends, but especially with intestinal reactions, it can be, food you ate the day before or the night before or something. So just kind of be aware. And 2, sometimes maybe your body can handle something during the day, but not first thing in the morning or not last thing at night. You know, so time of day can influence some stuff too. It's a trip. You once told me that my angel said wheat is not your friend. Does that mean it will weaken my boundaries? Yeah, probably. If so, do my angels also say avoid sugar? Yeah, they do. Hide. I mean, not avoid all, but like, you know, watch the amount. Our acupuncturist, she has some kind of, it's like 12 grams per meal as a limit and 24, you know, per time, you know, and then 20 for women, she says 24 grams max for the day, which is not a lot. Like if you're watching, like wow. Like some soups, holy moly, canned soups, there's so much sugar in them, and it's like really weird because it doesn't even taste sweet. And it's like, are you kidding me? There's that much sugar in this thing. Like we were eating this soup and we just assumed it was fine, you know, and then eventually we looked and we're like, oh my God. So now if we have that soup, we'll have like a half a cup of it at once or something, like, because it's, or even I think a half a cup. It's like crazy if you look. But anyway, okay. Hi Janet, how do you even know where to go on the astral in order to escape? I guess we don't usually know it consciously. Yeah, well, your angels take you somewhere. You're like, okay, angels, let's go. Usually the reason why, it's like, because your angels are there with you, but usually they're like, we got to go, but you just like deer in the headlights, like, oh my God, you know, or like maybe you're stuck explaining to the person, like trying to get them to calm down. So you just let your angels escort you. It's just like a letting go kind of idea. You know, like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Let's go. You know, and then your angels take care of where you're going. You don't have to worry about that part. But if you want, you can imagine, like, it looks like your angel's like taking you to like nice green meadows with like cute little cricket sounds and, you know, little butterflies and stuff on the astral. Someone says hi from Wisconsin. Feel like my fourth chakra is blocked today. Yes. Corded. Couple cords. Looking forward to the healing. Great. 77 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy in Kohler, Wisconsin. Good to know. I don't know why. That's just so cool. Like, you know, the internet and that we're all like talking to each other and listening to each other and like we're in different places in the world. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I'm more aware of my past lives and so I'm more aware of like how amazing that is because, you know, there was no internet in any of my past lives. You know? Anyway, hi Janet. 104 degrees in Palm Springs, Florida, I think. Palm Springs is Florida in the US. 104 Fahrenheit. I hope to never see that temperature myself personally. I probably saw that temperature like decades ago when I was in Guatemala, maybe in the jungle. Maybe. But yeah, hope to not see that again. Alrighty. Okay, so now we'll do our 3 minutes of quiet. But before I say we're doing the quiet, I want to talk and explain. So towards the end of the quiet, I'll be starting the healing. You'll see me go like that. That's I start the healing. That's what I do. And the quiet, me healing in silence is just for like a minute or so, and then we'll start grounding, and I'll be talking the rest of the time I'm healing. So you could use it as a walkthrough if you want, you know what I'm saying, and do the same healing on yourself. But if you are one of the 137 people that purchased this healing, you don't have to heal yourself at the same time at all. You, whatever your preference is. You. Okay, thank you for waiting. So let's do grounding. You can recreate both your groundings. Make them both red or orange or yellow, all the way down to the core of the earth. Nice and wide as all your auras, all the way down. And you can have copies out in front of you of whatever you'd like to heal. So both your groundings, copy, a mini copy, and you comb through them with gold light from your hands. You have a big hand chakra and fingertip chakras in each fingertip. You set those particular chakras to be a metallic gold color. You do that with your intention or your thought. You don't need to see it. And that way those chakras are generating energy at a gold vibration, which is very effective for repair and unblocking, releasing, letting go. And you can have different affirmations that might help you with letting go, releasing stuff down your grounding that would be best to release. Like maybe it's time to let go. I need to let go. I am letting go. Maybe if you're not letting go because you have fears, you could say, I am safe. I can let go. Something like that. And just notice if there are any blocks in your grounding, surround them in gold light so that they melt away. So we can do collapsing gold nets not only for your grounding, but for your whole space. So imagine both your auras, well, actually all your 17 auras and your physical body and your astral body are inside there, and both your groundings going down to the core of the earth. And just make big cubes of collapsing gold nets that are very large and close them in and tangle up whatever's not you, drag it out, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, big cube, collapsing gold net, collapse it in, drag out whatever's not you. Angels, here you go. Hold deep breaths. You can do collapsing gold nets for your spiritual path, which is the road that represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this lifetime. You want your spiritual path to be just for you. So you could make a big collapsing gold net all around your spiritual path and close it up and drag out whatever's not you that's on your path. Angels, here you go. Big collapsing gold nets on your spiritual path. Drag off whatever's not you. Angels, here you go. Block your spiritual path a little extra with gold light. You just do a touch more grounding. Just check out your grounding, indie grounding, indie for independent. Just melt away anything that's attached to your grounding, which could be someone linking up their grounding to yours. So just lots of gold light, melt away any attachments, melt away any hard objects that are stuck in your grounding. All right, good job. Okay, so you have 17 auras. They're around you. If you're reasonably present, they are all in the same place. So they kind of just look like one aura, but there's really 17 in the same place. So you make a copy of all those out in front of you, your astral body aura, your physical body aura, and your 15 Wei Qi auras, which are for strong boundaries. Just combing through, and you can start to repair just by combing through your auras, washing out the ripped spots enough so that they grow back. But to make sure you get all of them, if you want, you can use composite copy technique, where you create an image of a rip and have it, with your intention, have it represent all the rips that you need to repair in your 17 auras. And then you fill it up with sticky gold wax from your hands that sticks to whatever's not you, and lift out all the junk. Your angels, here you go. Again, fill up your rip with sticky gold wax so it sticks to everything that's not you like a big lump. Lift all that out. Angels, here you go. Get the gold light really deep in there into the rip. Everything starts to grow back. All right, and we'll just do it one more time. For any leftover rips that you have, just make one composite copy rip and have it represent any leftover rips. Do the same thing. Sticky gold wax, left out the junk. Angels, here you go. Sticky gold wax, out the junk. Angels, here you go. More gold light to repair. And you can have some, even if you repair all the rips, you can have little leftover hardness, either in the outer edge, which I would call scarring, or layers of it in a certain location, which I would call bruising, but it's the same idea. It's just leftover hardness, which you don't want to leave there because it would weaken your aura strength. So just put copies of any aura scarring or bruising out in front of you and melt that away. So again, put copies, whatever you have left over, any hardness left over, just melt it away with gold light. I'm using my lower hand also to send, so I get underneath it, and then I send gold light from above and below. Just for me, it works a little more quickly that way. So again, any copies of aura scarring or bruising, put them out in front of you, and all right. We'll quickly do gold mesh spheres, which are 3 of them in each Wei Qi aura, and they generate a lot of gold light. Gold mesh spheres all around each Wei Qi aura. So there's a inner one, a middle one, and an outer one in each of the 15 Wei Qi auras. So just comb through and intuitively, with your intention, send gold light to any rips so that they repair. Check your grounding. Wash out any blocks from your grounding. Okay, you can redo your gold buffer zones, which is a separate 18-minute video if you wanted to learn about gold buffer zones. They help protect your auras. So creative rings is mainly the focus of this little chapter, repairing and unblocking your creative rings. But as we unblock creative rings, will also unblock all your major chakras, 7 astral body chakras along your astral body spine and 7 physical body chakras along your physical body spine. So 1, 2, 3, 3 gold creative rings above your head. 1, 2, 3. So just make a copy of them out in front of you so you can imagine, look at them, work all around them. So you want to repair them with gold light. You want to melt away cords going into them, also with gold light. And unblocking is just like there could be just heavy, hard chunks of energy caked onto them, which you need to just melt that away. Sometimes in cartoons, they'll have like a light bulb moment, you know, like someone will have an idea and it's like this little light bulb go, "Da!" This light bulb turns on above their head. Part of that is that's the creative rings. So if you have too many blocks on your creative rings, you don't get your light bulb moments. You don't get your helpful realizations. So you melt any stuck energy that's sort of gluing your rings together. They should be 3 individual gold rings. So unblock them enough so that you can have your helpful realizations that you need at this time. Again, keep melting cords and repairing. You don't want any cracks or broken parts. Couple deep breaths. And then your creative rings are right here, and then your 7 astral and 7 physical chakras are along here. They're numbered like floors in a building, so 1 is at the base of your spine and 7 is in the top of your head. So just comb through them. This is the basic chakra shape. They vary in size, of course, and so 7th is oriented this way, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way with the round opening in the front and round opening in. You don't have to imagine them perfectly. Just have your intention be that you have copies of your major chakras out in front of you, as well as a copy of your creative rings, and then comb through them with lots of gold light. And you can have invasive energy that kind of towards your creative rings and then weaves its way downward, because energy's got to go somewhere. You know, if it's not yours, it comes into your space, it's got to go somewhere. So it doesn't just stay in your creative rings if more energy keeps coming in. So then it would go all the way down maybe to all major chakras or just to some. So you could just be aware of any invasive energy from people or beings that's coming in that way and just lift it out. Give to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. Kind of like little tornadoes or something that are coming in. So you lift out the tornadoes. Angels, here you go. Lift out the tornadoes. Angels, here. Okay, so we're going to do chakra repair and unblocking, and we're going to do it in general. The theme related unblocking we're going to do is kind of special, and so I'm just going to separate that out, and we'll do it like 2 chapters from now, roughly. A little bit, like 10 minutes from now. But so for here, we'll just do overall chakra repair and unblocking, which is really helpful and important. Of all major and minor chakras, so including acupuncture points in your body and energy centers along your arms and legs and stuff like that, in addition to your major 7 astral and 7 physical. Including chakras like in your joints, all the joints of your body. Okay, so you can create a copy of chakra out in front of you and have that with your intention. You have it represent all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, and use gold light to repair it. Melt cords going into your chakras. Only one I would suggest you keep is if you have a young child, like 12 or younger. Sometimes even 11 is when a kid no longer needs the first chakra cord. But anyway, so if you have a young kid like that, I would say keep the first chakra cord, but other than that, melt all the other cords to your kid or to anybody. La 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 la. You could create a grounding, maybe make it a red grounding for all your chakras. Red is not like the best color for like your upper chakras, but just temporarily while you're doing this repair and unblocking, you just make a grounding for this composite copy that represents all your chakras. Because red is a really good color for like all the body chakras, like the acupuncture point. So, and it's a good temporary color for anything, any kind of groundings. Nice red grounding, just drain off all the way down to the core of the earth, all the stuff that you're needing to dump out of your chakras. You can even remind yourself, like we did during the grounding section, it's okay to let go. I'm safe. I can let go now. It's time to let go. Whatever phrase you feel kind of helps you to just relax and let go. Think of the flaps around the outer surface. This is when they're irritated, they stick out like that. So you don't want that. So the more cords you melt, the more they just relax and fall shut, the flaps, so that then it's harder for people to cord you. And it's easier for the chakra to do its job and generate energy and release. All right, a couple deep breaths. Okay, so now what I've been calling the fifth essential, back here and around your neck. So base of skull, in and around your neck and behind. So good karma windows, that's in your astral body aura. They're triple frame windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one in each of your astral body aura layers behind your base of skull and upper neck. So those windows, you want them repaired and unblocked so that they only let in the good stuff and not the invasive yucky stuff. So just repair them with gold light, melt away any hard objects. Angels, if there are any invasive beings or being tunnels affecting my good karma windows, can you please recycle them? Oh, wow. You can lift out the energy blocks around your good karma windows and just melt them away or blow them up. Lift out the blocks around your good karma windows, melt them with gold light or blow them up. Lift them out, give them to your angels. That's another option. Angels, here you go. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. All right, so that's good enough. That's good karma windows, that GKW, good karma windows. Then flow zone is that same area back here, but also including around your neck and in your neck and your part of your spine and your spinal cord as it goes up and connects to your lower brainstem or your brainstem, lower part of your brain. So it's good to have nice flow in all those areas. So I call all those areas your flow zone, and it's your physical body aura back there, back here, plus in and around your neck. So just comb through and unblock it all. There's no windows there. It's just, you know, the layers of your physical body aura. You want to make sure you melt away any blocked energy there. Because the more flowing it is, the more easy it is for you to be there, harder it is for other people to be there. So it's much safer for you. So flow, flow, flow. You can have plates of energy just right behind your base of skull points. Base of skull points, I don't really want to get into much about them, but in case it helps you to see them, that's what I'm talking about. Like from look at the ears, the top of the ear, the bottom of the ear, and then what's in between the ears, like all those dots, right? So those are, the lines are meridians, traditional Chinese medicine meridians, and the dots are acupuncture points in those meridians, which are minor chakras. So minor just meaning they're not the major 7, but they're important. And so they're oriented this way because they fit inside the meridian. And so energy flows in whatever direction in that meridian is supposed to flow, but you want to make sure that those chakras are repaired and generating energy and allowing the flow of your energy, your body's energy. So these are base of skull points. And you can create a red grounding just for your base of skull points all the way down to the core of the earth. So all the way down to the core of the earth, you can make it from red earth energy. Just let the red earth energy come up straight and, you know, ground all those base of skull points. Red is a nice color for any of your traditional Chinese medicine meridians and acupuncture points. So again, you know, if you want to just remind yourself about letting go as you comb downward, comb through that red grounding for your base of skull points, just let any extra pressure ground out. And you can keep that grounding there, that extra red grounding for your base of skull points, just so it can gradually release over time. And you can imagine your the bones of your vertebrae, but then inside those bones is your spinal cord. And you want energy flowing up and down in the bones themselves. The bones are nice conduits for energy if they're unblocked. So that's nice. But then also, so we're kind of unblocking the bones of your spine. But then within your spine, there's your spinal cord. You really want good flow there. And that flows into your brain stem, the lowest part of your brain. So you can unblock that whole route up and down. And you can make it big too. You know, I mean, obviously your spinal cord is like probably really, really not very wide, but you can make it wide, just, you know, your copy of it, so that you can see what you're doing. If that helps, it might help. So just repair the energy of your spinal cord and your brainstem. Hold light. You could bring up red earth energy and soak your spinal cord and brainstem with red earth energy. Couple deep breaths. Great job. So that extra part there was unblocking your spine, including the spinal cord. Okay, so now this is one of those supportive things that we're going to repeat that helps with boundaries. We're going to repeat from the last healing we did 2 days ago, and that's just strengthening the existing gold force fields around your good karma windows, your major chakras, and your GV and CV meridians, which are major meridians. In traditional Chinese medicine, they're referred to as two of the extraordinary meridians. And GV meridian, governing vessel meridian, starts at the crotch, goes straight up the back, hooks around to roughly the roof of the mouth. And then CV meridian, conception vessel meridian, starts in the crotch, goes up, and ends roughly in the tip of the tongue. So, and that manages all yin meridians. GV manages all yang meridians. So you help those two, you're helping all your meridians pretty much. Well, it's an indirect way to help all your meridians. So since I was talking about that, we could start with that. So just strengthen the gold force field around GV and CV meridians. Extra cold light. Upward is the natural flow direction for the GV and the CV meridians. They both start at different points in the crotch and flow upward. So you can imagine bigger versions of them if you want, if that helps you to imagine the gold force field around them. Strengthen it with extra cold light. Couple deep breaths. All right, and then good karma windows. We've already worked those quite a bit, but so now we'll just comb through them and add to the gold force field around them. So it's like a buffer zone just for your good karma windows. And then your major chakras along your spine, 7 physical and 7 astral chakras. So there's a gold force field, and it's an individual force field around each major chakra, but then they kind of click together like magnets. So you can just work the whole thing at once. All up and down your spine, gold force field around your major chakras. But you may find that around one chakra in particular, the force field is very weak. And so you could focus on a specific force field for a specific chakra and strengthen it. Like if you find one that's always getting damaged. So I'm going to extra strengthen the lower 2 force fields, the second chakra force field and the first chakra force field. Couple deep breaths. Okay, so we talked about this a lot in the intro, right from the get-go, right at the start of the live stream, I talked about it. So just imagine, fun. Need a beverage break. But you're going to be imagining your major chakras, and so you can start combing through those right now while I'm drinking my beverage. Okay, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just go light through them. You could do like to get ready, you could do like a tricolor soak just for your chakras, just for your major chakras, astral and physical. Bring up red earth energy, soak all of them, bring that down. Bring up orange earth energy, soak all of them in orange earth energy. Bring that down. Bring up yellow earth energy, soak all of them in yellow earth energy. That down. Redo both of your groundings, red or orange or yellow. Okay. So then you just imagine your major chakras, and you imagine energy from other people, could be from this life or past lives, doesn't matter, that is blocking you from experiencing simple pleasures, experiencing your life, isolating energy, kind of cutting you off from new experiences, adventures, deeper sensory awareness, all that stuff. So just imagine the isolating or sensory blocking, experience blocking energy, and surround it in gold light. Imagine it in your major chakras, if there's any, and move it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And we can alternate that with melting cords to your backlash people, because why not? So just imagine all your backlash and setback people, just anybody that could get their undies in a bunch about your change and growth, and just melt cords to them. Doesn't matter if you made them or they made them, just melt those cords with gold light. Don't send them anything, but just melt cords in between you guys. And then melt any stuck energy within you that they're cording into, or any stuck energy within you that makes you accidentally invasive with them. Melt all that junk. So again, imagine the backlash people, any cords, just melt those away. And melt any baggage that causes you to cord them or allows them to cord into you. Melt that baggage. Okay. So then we'll do the whole removing, isolating energy from your major chakras again. So imagine a copy of both your astral and physical 7 chakras. You can imagine them separate or together, whatever your geeky mind appreciates more. And just imagine any isolating or experience blocking energy from other people in your major chakras. Surround that stuff in gold light and lift it out. Angels, here you go. You could do different things like gold magnets if that's fun for you. And use gold magnets to kind of suck out anything that is experience blocking from other people in your chakras, and then just give the magnets with all the junk to your angels. Angels, go. So again, gold magnets to suck out any experience blocking or isolating energy in your major chakras. Have it all stick to the gold magnets. Angels, here you go. And you can keep doing that until you get to that sense of like, okay, I've done the healthy and gentle amount to do right now. All right, good job. Woohoo! Do some butterflies for that one. There we go. Good job. Good job. Okay, so USP stands for unprocessed stress pots. So it's for stress relief. It's to help you get a grip on your life. Right? Unprocessed stress pots. Doesn't really fit well. Yeah, it's not going to fit. Let's just say to de-stress. All right. So unprocessed stress pots, just imagine it's like a metaphorical thing. You don't literally have pots in your space. But it represents your ability to handle new stressors, and how far along you are in processing the events in your life and what's going on with you and the people around you. Really, just do you have a grip? And if some of your stress pods are full, that means that's stuff you haven't processed yet. You haven't there's something you haven't released or something you're stuck on. And so you want all your pots empty because you want to be able to handle whatever comes your way. You don't want it to like put you in a brain freeze. And so if you have room, free space, because you're all caught up on your releasing and your clearing and your processing, then it's just easier. And if there's something that's a little too much that happens, it'll just fill up your pots and then you'll get to it in time and you can, you can cope and you can be functional in the meantime. That's the idea. So imagine all your unprocessed stress pots, even ones that you try to hide from yourself because you think, okay, that's lame. I should be over that now. And just melt all whatever's in your unprocessed stress pots. You can ground all your unprocessed stress pots with red earth energy down to the core of the earth. And just ground all of them. Uncord people from your unprocessed stress pots. It could be, pissy neighbors or, invasive dental hygienists or, who knows, courting you, and therefore it's harder to empty your pots. So just uncord everybody from your pots and melt all that's in it and soak them in red earth energy, bring that back down. All right, good job. So, and if you're going through a big shift, you might want to do that like twice a day or something. Empty your unprocessed stress pots. It could help you kind of be like, okay, I'm okay now. It could help you reset. Okay, so the next thing, which is also similar in purpose, is processing flowers, which is somewhat new. They're energy healing flowers, but so it's universal healing energy, but it's tuned to a vibration to help you nourish and process more quickly and efficiently. You don't have to, watch Netflix for 4 days or whatever. Not that, some Netflix watching is totally evil or anything, but anyway, to help you process, help you cope, help you adjust and adapt. So your backlash people tend to have trouble with that, which is why they throw energy at you, because they have trouble adapting and adjusting when you change. So we're going to do it carefully with angel assistance, but we're going to give your backlash people processing flowers, but we'll give them to them at a great distance in front of them so they can easily ignore them if they want to, which is important for backlash people. You don't want to try to force feed them any kind of spiritual knowledge because that sets them off typically. Gets them very punishing. So go ahead, make backlash flowers for your backlash people. Make processing flowers, for your backlash people. There's this universal healing energy, gold, light, and or rainbow colors. And it's whatever vibration that you feel like could help them process whatever they need to process in their life, including your change. And definitely have your angels edit the flowers. Angels, can you check these flowers? They're for my processing people. My backlash people. Sorry. My processing challenged people. And then once they've been edited enough, then you could imagine all your backlash people in a row so that you're sure that you're gonna, okay, so then you find where it's the front of their auras and then way in front of that, like 8 feet, maybe 10 feet in front of their auras. So totally away from them, but they can see it if they want to. And put the processing flowers for your backlash people out and have the angels double check again. Angels, can you check the flowers? Then that's it. Let go of the situation. They notice them, great. They don't, great. They receive them, great, whatever. Okay, so that's that. That's processing flowers for your backlash people. You could do that daily if you feel intuitively that's not too much. But again, the distance away from them is important so that they can ignore it. And check with your angels, have your angels edit, have your angels double check afterwards, because that way your angels will just remove them if it's too much. But multiple times a day for backlash people, in most situations, that wouldn't be a good idea. Less is more for backlash people. All right, so now processing flowers for you, which, of course you deserve them, and you can give yourself as many as you want, as often as you want. All right. And if you are going through a big shift, like a job change, moving, things like that, or just you want to create a lot of change, it could be nice to do it even twice a day if you want. But anyway, just make processing flowers for yourself out of universal healing energy, rainbow colors or gold light. Tune into the vibration that you need to help nourish and help you to process efficiently and adapt and adjust. Angels, can you check my processing flowers? They're for me. Give them to yourself. Do that 2 more times because you're worth it. Make a whole bunch of processing flowers just for you. Angels, can you check these flowers? They're for me. Give them to yourself. One more time. Processing flowers, whatever you need to nourish and adapt and adjust. Angels, can you check my flowers? And give them to yourself. Let them go wherever they're needed. All right, good job. Woo, woo, woo. You're amazing. All right, let's do our double confetti. I have to go to a different screen and then come back. Oh, it didn't work. I want my double confetti. Okay, hold on. Ah! I want them both at once. Hold on. There we go. There's my double confetti. I love that. Okay, great. So let's see what's next. Ooh, now is the garden extravaganza. Energy gardens, healing your energy gardens. So 3 gardens. First is, well, I'll start talking about it after I write it. Okay, so we'll heal 3 gardens. I already talked about them in the intro. So we'll just go ahead and do. So your mind garden is the first one we'll do. Imagine 2 gardens, have them represent the current state of your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. So one garden represents your subconscious mind, one garden represents your conscious mind, and imagine them as connected gardens because your mind and your subconscious mind are connected, and heal them, unblock them, get everybody else out of them. Your mind is only going to function as well as possible without anybody in it. So just wash everybody out, gold light, wash out and unblock that connection between the 2 gardens. Again, we're doing mind garden healing. Subconscious mind, conscious mind, and the connection in between them. Why are we doing that now? Well, A, it's always cool and feels nice, but and helpful. It's helpful. But enjoying simple pleasures, your mind, the more ready your mind is for that, the better. So if your mind is like polluted with other people's energy and chaos and confusion and stress, then you know it's kind of a tall order to say, okay, I'm going to enjoy my simple pleasures today, you know. So you gotta just lift out the junk that's in the way of you enjoying simple pleasures that doesn't belong in your mind, and just you could give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift out the junk in your subconscious mind and your conscious mind to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do. Obviously, that's always an intention I would recommend is, you know, okay, I'm only going to do what's healthy and gentle. But still, some things are inherently healthy and gentle, and you can do a whole bunch, and you can, you know, really kind of go for it. So, but just your intention is healthy and gentle, right? So you have your subconscious mind, your conscious mind garden, the connection between, lift out all the crap that's there in between, you know, in the way of you experiencing and enjoying. And just, you could blow it all up. You could melt it with gold fire. You could hand it to your angels. Whew. You can do a blue soak for your mind gardens, because blue earth energy, just bring up earth energy from the core of the earth set to a blue color that you like. And if you are a newbie, you may not immediately feel the benefits, but then maybe tomorrow, like something is totally different and you're like, yeah, I think that was because I did that, you know. So I tend to feel immediate benefit, but sometimes it's the next day for me also, you know, like there's something really noticeable and I'll be like, oh yeah, but it was from what I did the day before in the healing. Just like with food choices, I get the results the next day. Sometimes there is a blue soak for your mind gardens. You can think of like the sky in your mind garden, and is it cloudy? Is it just like just total junk there? And get rid of all that. You know, you want sunlight, you want, you know, beautiful, pleasant skies, right? So just get rid of the junk overhead in your gardens. Ah, couple deep breaths. Sometimes you may need to like reground because something was, you know, something especially crappy you just cleared, you know. So just reground, check, make sure you're in your legs. We could do a quick you know, gold bottle brush for your legs. Imagine your legs and imagine like a bottle brush that gets rid of the crud inside your leg channels. Give the gold bottle brush to your angels. Get rid of the crud inside your legs. Give to your angels. You want to be able to bring up red earth energy right through your legs, right into your first chakra. Unblock the front of your first chakra, the front of your second chakra, third chakra. So that was a little extra, just complimentary stuff. The more present you are, the more you can clear easily and gently. So imagine both your mind gardens, lift out the crap in the way of you experiencing life. Angels, here you go. Lift out the crap. Angels, here you go. And heal and nourish both of your mind gardens. Okay, great. So that's the first of the 3 gardens. So the second one, I'm putting H and G for healthy and gentle. H and G, positive change garden. So, okay, so you can just imagine one big garden that represents the healthy and gentle positive change that you are intending to create, that your angels and you have agreed is the best for you right now. And just see, can you get into this garden? Has someone locked you out of your healthy and gentle positive change garden? Just check that out. Are you in the garden or are you outside of the garden locked out? And, forgive yourself if you got locked out. Just chill about it. Just get rid of the whatever dominance energy is in and around your garden that's keeping you out of it. It could be from past lives. It could be from this life. And again, maybe someone meant well. Maybe they just feel like, well, I'm your mother and I really know you well and, la, la, la. So they're accidentally kind of being bossy with your healthy and gentle positive change garden. So just clear out the well-intentioned people and the malevolently intentioned people. It doesn't matter who, just clear everybody out so that you're the one who gets to be in here. You're the one with your angels that gets to design and maintain your healthy and gentle positive change garden. There could be junky stuff in the airspace, like the above you in the garden, so you can just melt that away or explode it. There could be junky stuff like underneath the soil in your positive change garden, so you can melt that away. You can take it out and melt it. Get out and melt it. Get out and melt it. Again, this is your healthy and gentle positive change garden. You want it to be just the way that you and your angels feel is best for you. And you definitely want to be able to be inside your garden. So are you in your garden? And are you enjoying your garden? If not, go ahead and remove whatever you don't like in your garden. You can give yourself a healing within your garden. All right, good job. Okay, so the third garden is experience your life garden. So experience, emphasis on experience. Like enjoy simple pleasures, the theme of this set or the healings this month. Okay, so experience your life garden, right? So create a garden that represents, and if you don't like gardens, you could do a beach, some kind of a space that's three-dimensional that you can occupy and tend to. It's a metaphorical representation of all the chakras and aura layers and meridians and whatever that contribute to you being able to have this. So anyway, experience your life garden. Can you get into it? Are you locked out of it? Is there a gate that you didn't make that your parents made or somebody else made for your experience your life garden? And if so, get rid of it. You and your angels, the only ones that need to manage your experience your life garden. You have big, powerful angels. You don't need a fallible human to protect you in your experience your life garden. Your angels are really able to do the job. Every once in a while, one of my clients will get stuck enough that they're so pissed at their angels. They're like, my angels aren't doing a good job. So it's not true. Whenever you think your angels aren't doing enough job, good enough job. Your head is way up your ass. Just a heads up. You're just a little confused, a little turned around, which is okay, but just a heads up. So experience your life garden. Just get everybody else out. No humans, no teachers, no me. Get everybody out. Get me out of your experience your life garden. Get partners, any person, anybody but an angel. And actually your angels don't need to be in your garden, really. So it's just for you. They could help protect your garden, but they don't have to be inside your garden to do that. Experience your life garden. So lift out the crap, melt it away, lift out the crap, melt it away or blow it up. Lift out the crap. You can have junky angels, here you go, or under the soil in your experience your life garden. Angels, here you go. Go. Ah. Woo! How about that? That was quite a little energy workout. So good job. I think we deserve double confetti for that one. Yay. So I do like this waterfall. So I'm just going to look and see if we need anything else and what we need. So I'll be quiet for a minute. Okay. So, I was looking at one of my clients that I heal very regularly, and her husband gets her these healings as well as for himself. And She and several of my clients, actually, have cancer. And, cancer is a not uncommon thing. Getting cancer in your physical body. And, for some people, it's sort of an end of life exit method. But for many other people these days, it's not a way to exit the lifetime. It's just a wake-up call. It's a spiritual purpose of it. It's a wake-up call to kind of, help you to realize not to take the vitality of your body for granted, not to take your immune system for granted. So there are two things I want to do. Oh, so this has been explaining. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, so I'm sorry about that, but I think this will help in the long run if I can get this done. Okay. So I have already been explaining. Sorry about that little 1 minute. I had to fix stuff. So cancer, talking about cancer. And it's a thing, it is a way, it is a way, like I said, for some people it's a way to, it's a manner of exit for your life. When your life is coming to an end, that's one of the ways. It's just a way, right? But for a lot of people, it's just a wake-up call. It's not the end of your life. It's just a way to clear a lot of energy and hopefully as gently as possible to you emotionally and mentally. But that's the idea, is to be able to clear energy. That's what we want to do right now, is clear energy to help. I mean, maybe if you do have cancer, to help it to be a more gentle experience. But if you don't have cancer, maybe you can clear enough so that you don't need such a large and drastic wake-up call. So there are going to be two things that we're doing back to back. Clearing family burdens from this life or past lives that you've taken on from genetic family members in the lifetime. Sometimes I call them intergenerational burdens. So whatever, potato, potato. But then also we're going to just clear energy blocks against, for helpful realizations. So that, because the more open you are to your helpful realizations, the more you unblock so that you can have helpful realizations, the less you need bigger wake-up calls. Because, sometimes you just have to clear a lot of energy and you consciously are just not on the same page, but your higher self is like, no, seriously, like, this is the time we need to catch up, you know? And so then you'll get a bigger wake up call, like cancer or something, or, you know, a job loss or something. Obviously job loss is smaller wake up call than cancer, you know, but you want ideally to learn as gently as possible, right? And so you want to learn what you need to learn and, you know, all that. But if you can get your lessons in like small bite-sized pieces over time versus, you know, wham bam cancer, that's going to be probably a lot easier and more enjoyable, right? So that's the idea that we're working here is let's clear family burdens that are unhealthy, that you don't need to carry, so that you don't need some big wake-up call to motivate you to get rid of them. And but we'll do it healthy and gentle, you know, incremental. And then also unblock so that you're more open to your helpful realizations that would be ideal for you to get right now. Which could be realizations about food choices, exercise, hydration, sleep schedules, lifestyle, job choices, relationship decisions, personal, like self-nurturing behaviors. You know, it could be anything, you know, helpful realizations. But the more open you are to your helpful realizations in that sort of regular incremental way, the less you need some kind of big abrupt wake-up call, right? But, you know, it's not like getting a big abrupt wake-up call represents a spiritual failure. It's just that the big ones are bigger. So they might not be as convenient, right? Okay. So that's enough explaining. So, I should say that was explaining clearing family burdens, cancer, and wake-up calls. That was a lot of explaining, which we just did. Okay. So then now doing okay, so now doing we'll put it all up at once, doing cancer. I'll take out the cancer part. Not gonna do cancer. So we're gonna unblock for healthy realizations, really. So that you don't need larger wake-up calls, right? Okay, good. So, just imagine a mini version of yourself, however you want to see yourself. Even if you can't see very well, just imagine a blob that represents you. But your body and your spirit, okay? Because some of the burdens that you took on in a past life or in this life, they could have automatically got put into your physical body space and not your astral body space, or vice versa. So you want to unblock both in these situations, right? So imagine both astral and physical you. And just imagine any family burdens from this life or past lives, or intergenerational burdens, whatever, and that are healthy and gentle to get rid of, and just surround them in lots of gold light and lift them out and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And if there are any agreements that are unhealthy that make you keep these family burdens, just, you know, you can imagine them like a stack of papers, any unhealthy agreements making you keep these unhealthy family burdens, and just melt the agreements. Lots of gold light, all gone, right? Any unhealthy agreements that are causing you to keep unhealthy family burdens, just melt them away with gold light. Or you can hand them to your angels and say, angels, help me with these. Okay. So again, imagine mini you, both imagine your physical body and your astral body, and any unhealthy family burdens that are healthy and gentle to get rid of. And you can imagine them like big lumps of heaviness somewhere, or like a big heavy backpack, or big heavy shackles around your arms or legs. some big heavy thing around your neck or your head or on your chest, whatever, all of the above, right? So just surround all that junk with cold light, all these unhealthy family burdens that are healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. One more time. Angels, here you go. And give yourself a little healing. Help you adjust. Unblock your grounding. Uncord all your backlash people. Redo your gold buffer zones. Okay, so that's the clearing family burdens part, but then the healthy realizations part, again, because you don't, if it's meant to be that you get a big wake-up call, well, so be it, right? But if it's possible for you to just get more incremental helpful realizations along the way, and then you can just not even need the big giant wake-up calls, better, right? So just imagine any energy blocks that is like you going, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. And just, all those energy blocks that are preventing you from having your helpful realizations that would be much gentler and helpful for you right now. Just melt all those blocks. The I don't want to know blocks. Just melt those away. Helpful realizations, healthy realizations, those are ones that your higher self, your angels, the smarter parts of you are like, no, that would be great to know right now. That would really help me out. It would help me progress. Right? So any blocks that are in the way of healthy realizations, just melt them away. Including, you can have some shame or embarrassment, like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing that, that I'm like this, or that I didn't know this, or, whatever. Like that's it. Like it could be that it just doesn't sync with who you feel you should be or who you want to be. But it is what it is. Most people are not like perfectly coherent like that. They're not perfectly one way, right? So with growth, you forgive yourself and you acknowledge the way you really are, all the little parts, right? So what baggage is there just preventing you from having healthy realizations? And it could be shame baggage or embarrassment baggage or ego baggage. Just melt it all away. You don't want anything in the way of your healthy realizations. All right, good job. Woo, 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 woo. Great job. Yay. Oh, that's nice. Oops. Mm. Okay, so now we do the little wrap up section. A couple of things I know I'm going to stick in are clearing stubborn triggered energy blocks, energy healing flowers for yourself, and unblocking your 7th chakra to 8th chakra connection so that you can get more of your gentle, reassuring wisdom, big picture smarts from your higher self. Okay, so just imagine all of you, your 17 auras, your physical body, your astral body, and both your physical body and your astral body groundings. You could recreate your groundings, either red or orange or yellow, both the same color. You can test each of the 3 colors, see which helps you release the most right now. Redo your gold buffer zones. Unblock above the top of your head and above the top of your aura. Auras. Unblock everywhere up here. Above your head and your auras, and then above your auras. You can even unblock above your shoulders, because you can get like hardness there that prevents new energy from coming in. Because you can bring new energy through here, but you can also bring through energy through your shoulders too. That's part of why like shoulders are kind of like the symbol of strength and power, because you can bring in a lot of power and strength through your shoulders from above, your energy into your shoulder. Unblock above your shoulders in case there's anything preventing you from bringing in your new positive change energy that wants to come in through your shoulders. Unblock above there. All right. Stubborn triggered energy blocks, pile those out in front of you, which is basically any energy blocks that are bothering you on any level. Just soak them in red earth energy from the core of the earth. Use cold light, melt cords going into them from you, from other people. Melt your resistance out of these energy blocks so that they can explode. Blow them all up. Again, put out more STEBs, ground them, melt the cords, blow them up. Couple deep breaths. From your fingers to your toes, to the top of your head, to your butt, along your spine, back of your auras. Energy healing flowers for yourself. Just make as many as you need out of universal healing energy. Have your angels check them. Angels, can you check my flowers? Into yourself. As many as you need. Angels, can you check my flowers? Oh. Need. Oops. Angels, can you check my flowers? Simple pleasures, enjoying, experiencing your life. Energy healing flowers to help you enjoy and experience your life. Angels, can you check my flowers? Into yourself. Energy healing flowers to help you enjoy and experience your life. Angels, can you check my flowers? Give them to yourself. Couple deep breaths. And last but not least, well, last will probably be grounding, but second to last is 7th to 8th chakra connection. Your 7th chakra is in the top of your head. Your 8th chakra is above the top of your aura, sometimes a foot above, sometimes 10 feet above. It just comes and goes depending on how engaged your higher self is and what you're doing at the moment. But just there's a gold cord in between the two, and so you could just unblock that cord so that your higher self can send down gold healing energy and wisdom that you've gained from past lives. So just uncord anybody from this 7th to 8th connection. That's would be very invasive for anybody to cord there, so just melt them away. Unblock this connection. You can get that nice calming big picture wisdom. Since you've been through so much in past lives, you've learned so much. Couple deep breaths. You're grounding. You can, again, remake that nice red grounding for the base of skull points. Well, make a nice red earth energy grounding for there and just drain out any excess pressure. You could also make a red grounding for your sphenoid bone, which is probably my favorite bone in the body. It's behind your eyes. It goes all the way to your temples here, your sphenoid bone. So your sphenoid bone, like I said, it's goes through your temples, behind your eyes. It's very cool. You can imagine your sphenoid bone and just bring up red earth energy and just ground. Give your sphenoid bone its own red grounding all the way down to the core of the earth. Ground off any excess pressure that your sphenoid bone may have bottled up there. Just let it drain out down to the core of the earth. Uncord anybody, wash everybody out of your sphenoid bone so it's only for you. The angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my sphenoid bone, can you please recycle them? All right. So yeah, as we wrap up, you can just ask your angels to give you a healing. Angels, can you please help me wrap up? Can you please give me a healing? Angels, can you please help me enjoy my simple pleasures today and every day? All right, good job. Woohoo! You did it. It's a healing. You're amazing. Yay. Double confetti there. Woohoo! So we can switch back to the waterfall. All right, so that's a healing. I will briefly look at comments that I didn't read yet. If you have any comments about the theme or how you're doing now after the healing, you could chat them, text chat, whatever it's called, if you wish. But of course, even more important, potentially, I mean, you could decide, but more appreciated, even more than that, would be if you could fill out your post-healing survey tomorrow, if you're one of the 137 people that I just healed. I'll be sending a survey link late tonight, and you can fill it out if you have a minute, please, tomorrow, Monday, so that I can study results and plan the Tuesday healing. Oh, and just a news item, there are still a few spots left for the August twin set on my website. So if you wanted to get that for yourself or a loved one, you could go for it because the purchase link is on my website. You don't have to email me. You can just go for it on there. Let's see. Looking for chat comments I have not yet read. Someone says, I'm in Ireland. It's 8 p.m. now. Yes, Muckamore. Palm Springs, California. Oh, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. That's appreciated. Is there a Palm Springs, Florida, or is there only a Palm Springs, California? There's probably only one, but you never know. America's really weird like that. Like, we'll have some town somewhere called Egypt. Which is like, seriously? Couldn't you think up a different one? Egypt is kind of taken. Anyway, it's just an example. Hello from sunny Arizona. Hello to you. I bet it's sunny, but it's a little toasty down there. Hello to all. More power to you, hosts. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Appreciate it. Someone says, at first, I thought you spelled healthy and gentle garden as hag. LOL. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good acronym for healthy and gentle garden. I mean, if it amuses you, then it could be a good acronym for you. Someone says hello from Norway with some really cute emojis. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Someone says, thanks for the healing, Janet. I'm feeling tired and have a slight headache. Interesting. Yeah. I would say just line up, imagine any invasive beings that have a problem with that new, stronger gold force field around GV and CV and around all your major chakras, because you have a couple invasive beings that can't be there now because of the strengthened gold force field, also the strengthened gold force field in the good karma windows. So I would say two things, imagine the invasive beings that have a problem with that, get them recycled. And you could do that a couple times and then keep redoing that step. It's like stick to your guns about it, and just keep, strengthening the gold force field around your good karma windows and your major chakras and your GV and CV, because it's sort of a sign that it was effective, So some people are like, ooh, I got backlash, I'm never gonna do that again, but that's like, to me, that's just saying I want to be screwed for the rest of my life, like, it means that it was effective. That's why you got backlash, which means, keep it up, just get rid of the invasive beings that have a problem with it, versus placating them. And if you want to do it immediately, but you want to walk through we did that strengthen gold force fields thing for those 3 areas in the Friday healing too, most recent healing. So that's already got its own chapter. You could go right to it if you need a walkthrough of it. Anyway, so then you said, I'm feeling under the weather, so not sure if that's the issue. Well, yeah, that doesn't help. It's a contributing factor, we could call it. Also, I felt like $1,000,000 after the Friday healing energy-wise. Was that good karma window work? Yeah, so gold force fields. Yeah, so I kind of already answered that part. Someone says, feeling very tired and calm. Thank you. So I'm thinking, you could email me just for fun if you want. If it's fun for you, you don't have to, but janet@jwhealing.com. And introduce yourself, because I'm not sure I know you. But if you healed yourself, as the walkthrough, which is totally cool. I don't think I healed you, based on the location you had said. It just looks like you're releasing a lot. So it doesn't look like you're tired for a bad reason, like punishment or something, or some damage you missed. It looks like your angels are campaigning for a nap. But based on your location, it could be bedtime soon anyway. So then, but yeah, it just looks like you're releasing a lot. It looks like that mind garden one, the 3 gardens, like really, you kind of rocked that. You did a lot of great work on that. Someone says, I drafted difficult letters for neighbor and HOA during the healing and felt good, but now I feel a little nervous. Why is that? Yeah, I think your angels are talking about a rewrite. They just feel like you have your perspective, but they have their perspective, and their perspective is like there's cultural things involved in why they feel the way they feel that aren't going to change. And so to some extent, you're kind of like beating your head against the wall. You're trying to change people that aren't going to change. So then it's like, plan B. What's plan B? Like, if these people aren't going to change because culturally they don't feel they should change, then what's your plan? I think that's the idea. I think the letter writing was a good experience for you, but the sending is what the angels are like, up, 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 up. Sometimes you write something, but it's more of like a journaling experience, you know? It's helpful, but it wasn't, you know, it's supposed to be it's like an intermediate step. But yeah, your angels are like, it's cultural for them. They're not going to change. It's cultural why they feel that you're the one that's wrong. And they're not the only people in the culture that feel that way. So they're like, you don't really, like, your approach of making them change is not going to work. From what I can hear. Yeah, I could be wrong. I'm fallible, yada, yada, disclaimer. But so then it's like, you know, can you adapt? Can you adapt? Can you adjust? You know, or is this some kind of a way that you're trying to force yourself to move? You know, maybe you want to move anyway, and this is just an excuse that your higher self has created for you to move, you know? Or maybe it's just, you know, if you clear a lot of energy, you clear your parents out and all this stuff, then you realize, okay, I don't have to move. I'll just, you know, buy an air purifier and I'm fine. You know? So yeah, they're definitely trying to have you change course. Like, you can let your angels bring you back on your path. It's like you're kind of on a side road regarding this issue. You're not on your path. You went down a side road. So just you imagine your hands, physical and spiritual, and just let your angels hold your hands, let them put you back on your path so that you're not like beating your head against the wall, metaphorically. So don't know if that helped, but hopefully it did. And maybe listen to it later, like after a day of sleep or something, if it doesn't make sense right now. Okay, someone says, thank you for today's live stream. I feel attacked and really bad right now. It all started at the beginning of the healing, pretty intense fear and headache. Your daughter doesn't want that first chakra cord anymore. I think she's old enough that it's not really necessary, but you keep recreating it. And so she's protesting loudly on a spirit level. So 2 things, you know, what I talked about before the healing, I had this aside, you know, I put it in the little banner aside about boundaries and astral-astral. And that's so melt the first chakra cord to your daughter so she stops kicking your butt over it. And B, if she or your mother is mad at you, you don't have to, like on that astral level, you don't have to keep your astral body there when they're screaming in your face. Just let your angels take you away to a different location. There you go. You just did that part. So then now melt the first chakra cords to your daughter and the 7th chakra cord and the 4th chakra cord to your mom. And then, you know, you can kind of rest and recalibrate. It's like you get people in your space and then it just kind of nothing feels right anymore. You know, you're very sensitive to that. And so, yeah, the melt cords, get safe on that astral level, you know, astral body level. And yeah, especially the first chakra cord to your daughter, because that's been a real sticking point. Whenever it's like once a day for a few hours each day, you reestablish that first chakra cord. I think she's just trying to bring in a lot of new energy, and it's triggering, you know, mommy fears that you have subconsciously. But I mean, it's not helpful, because then she gets very aggressive when you do that. Let's see. Mrs. Thanks for the healing. I'm exercising right now. I hope that will help with keeping grounding open and releasing. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Someone says it did help. Thanks. Oh, good. I'm glad. I just found you. Thank you for the healing work. You're welcome. I'm glad you found me. more information is on my website if you're interested. And like I said, the twin set for August spots are still available. Which, for me, like, honestly, like, I like things to be done. I like closure. So having just a few spots that linger forever, like my little OCD, that bothers me. But really, it's a good thing because then, random people that find me, like yourself or, or someone's like, oh my gosh, my brother, he could really use that right now. I didn't think about it. Like people think about it later and they're like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? School starts around that time or, this or that, I should get that for my 2 kids. So anyway, that's that. August twin set for sale on my website. Just a few spots left, which in one way is annoying to me, but in another way is for the best. All right, awesome. And my website is jwhealing.com, just like similar to the YouTube channel. Someone says, is rumination the sign that there are blocks or cords from the person you're struggling with? Rumination, I'm not sure what you mean by rumination. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by rumination as it regards to something with another person. But if I look just spiritually at what you're talking about, yeah, there's a lot of cords between you and that person. And even like your groundings are joined together. So yeah, separation would be in order. Melt cords, pull back your energy. Because it's hard to get someone out of your space if you're in their space, So it's like your center of gravity is all weird, So then just, you could use a big gold sun or any gold 3D object and call your energy back from everybody, including that person, but especially that person. And then, have your angels clean it off and receive it. Just keep calling back your energy. And then it's much easier once there's more of you here to like melt the cords between you and them and other people and unblock your grounding. Your grounding's pretty blocked, by the way. Just one side of it for some reason, the left side. So you can unblock that. Someone says, I was offered a chance to sit with ayahuasca without having pay. Ayahuasca meaning a hallucinatory herb, I think. I initially turned it down and now I'm wondering if it was too hasty. HOA response was helpful. What do my angels say about it now? Yeah, so I'm thinking you mean by sit with ayahuasca, I think you mean like some kind of a meditation group that uses ayahuasca. It doesn't seem like your angels are in favor of the situation, whatever it is. Yeah, it seems like your angels were like high-fiving and happy when you turned it down. So, because it's not so much the herb, it's the environment and the people and everything, and is it safe, and is it, all that energetic stuff. Someone says, thanks, Janet. I thought I stopped courting my daughter's first chakra. Yeah, as a parent, that's something that, can definitely reoccur. It's not like I stopped that, so I'm done. Like, like if you don't eat chocolate anymore or something, like that first chakra cord to your kid, it can easily come back and start happening again because you have some sort of subconscious baggage and you're totally not aware of it. But then your kid's like kicking your butt on a spirit level, like, rah, 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 and you're like, what is her deal? And it's because that first chakra cord has been there for like a day and it's driving her batty because she's old enough now that it would really feel like you're putting her in prison, So yeah, that first chakra cord is definitely something you could recheck it. Yeah, I mean, if things are great between you and her, then just recheck it every now and then. But if things are not great with you and her, then I mean, you could recheck that like 3 times a day, just make sure. But clear your inner baggage that causes you to recreate the cord. That's more efficient. Because otherwise your inner baggage will get triggered again and you'll make the cord subconsciously. So anyway, someone says, yes, is a hallucinogenic vine. Yeah, so we're talking about the same thing. Yeah, so it would pop you out. And so it, like say if you're at home and your angels are in favor of it, or you're with somebody who has very respectful boundaries and it's like in your home, so it's a safe, like you've cleared out the place, then that might be one thing, and maybe your angels think, it could be interesting. But if it's with people that you don't know and you don't, like they're bringing beings with them that are invasive and not cool, because a lot of people, they think that they have spirit guides that aren't actually angel approved spirit guides. They're just ganky beings that are pretending to be wise and evolved. So there's, and some people really aren't present to begin with, and so they have a lot of that like riffraff kind of invasive beings with them, and those people can kind of gravitate more towards the out of body spirituality, and be like, oh yeah, man, that was so cool, and it's because they're in and around their physical body, there's so much junk that they can't get those evolved kind of wow experiences. They have to pop out and go far off to feel that. But the problem is, if you're doing that with those types of people, then those beings will be like, oh, she's better, I'm hopping from him to her. So I mean, if your angels really wanted you to do it, they could protect you enough so that it's safe, but they're like, no girl, stay home. They like you doing new experiences with new people, just not that one. They're like, go hiking with a hiking group, or, join a book club, or, join a pottery class, or, go to a beach and go for a walk. They're up for like you in public experiencing things. But that particular experience, they're kind of like, seriously? Like you worked so hard on your energy and you're going to do that? Really? Because the problem is then your energy looks a lot better and more appealing to the invasive beings than the people that are going to be in the room with you. And so you're walking in with a Jaguar and they're coming in with some, beat up old Cadillac. And, the beings are like, oh, I think I want the Jaguar. Oh. All right, cool. Enough on that. That metaphor was from your angels, by the way, about the cars. That was a good metaphor. I like that one. Very clever. Clever angel metaphor. Okie doke. So no garden update other than, oh my gosh, everything is so hot. But let's see. I don't know that. Oh, I'll do a weird Izzy cam because he's in the carrier, so it's hard to see it. Okay, so Izzy cam. We'll see if I can do that. I won't be able to speak into the microphone when I do it, but I'll be able to bring the camera to where he is, I think. So anyway, this is our dog Izzy, who is our only dog at this point who is in the body, because all our other senior dogs are now in spirit form only. But Izzy's a wonderful dog and we love him very much. And here he is. Okay, so that was Izzy. Hope you liked it. All right, guys, wherever you are, I hope you're safe and comfortable. And I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever's next for you. Bye.